Actress Danièle Watts, of recent Django Unchained fame, and her boyfriend, gourmet raw food chef Brian James Lucas, were seen having what appeared to be sex in the passenger seat of his Mercedes Benz, with the door open this past Thursday afternoon. Watts had just left CBS Studios in Studio City when they decided to get it on. But not surprisingly, multiple witnesses saw them from the nearby Art Directors Office Guild, and one of them called the police after an employee had already gone outside and asked the two to cut it out. But unfortunately, they kept on grinding away. When an LAPD officer arrived, they found a less than helpful Watts, who began ranting and raving about not wanting to show the officer her ID, which she does not have to do by law, and that she and her boyfriend were only making out, a complete lie based on multiple witnesses. Lucas did give his ID to the officer, though. Watts went on to blame the cop of racial profiling and only targeting her because she is black and was making out with her white boyfriend. Watts even offered up the fact that she is a publicist, i.e. she is an actress, and that she, quote, serves freedom and love, while the officer serves detainment. After storming off, Watts was eventually handcuffed and detained by another police officer until her identity could be verified. Incidentally, the LAPD cannot detain someone because they did not show them their ID, but they can if they have probable cause and are investigating a potential crime. The LAPD do not have to handcuff a suspect while detaining them, but they can if they feel the person is a potential threat or might try and flee, just as Watts was. Watts was eventually uncuffed and let go, but not after much yelling, crying, and a lot of whining. Aside from the issue of Watts and her boyfriend apparently having actual sex on a public street in their car with the door open and not admitting to it, there is the not insignificant problem of her claiming the cop was targeting her because she was black and her boyfriend was white. The officer showed up due to a 911 call about a couple having sex in public, i.e. in their car on a busy street. Therefore, the cop approached and asked Watts and Lucas for their IDs based on that call and the description given by the person who had called 911. Even if the cop was racist or prone to racial profiling, the couple were the only ones in the exact area and car wearing the exact clothes and fitting the exact physical descriptions. Perhaps Watts will learn a fairly common sense lesson here. Don't have sex in your boyfriend's car during the day with the door wide open and then be surprised when the cops show up soon after asking you for your ID. Also, don't think by yelling about racial profiling you will be in the right, when in fact thousands of black and brown people in this country are detained, arrested, beaten up, and killed by police every single year.